All right, transgender woman and TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney is being praised for calling out Caitlyn Jenner for misgendering her during the transitional stages of her journey. Jenner replied to a video that was shared by Senator Marsha Blackburn of Mulvaney discussing how people were staring at her crotch while shopping. Jenner tweeted, "There is a difference between acceptance and tolerance in normalizing exposing your genitalia in a public way and a public place. I do not support that at all in the slightest. Dylan, congrats, you're trans with a penis." Mulvaney replied by posting a video where she said, "But then you decide to ridicule me very publicly. And honestly, this tweet didn't faze me at all that much. But then this one misgendering me made me go, not you call me a he." Mulvaney continued, "I didn't know how to fully tuck that early on, and I was still wearing a men's Calvin Klein underwear. But after that video, two amazing trans women gifted me tucking panties and taught me how to, because they could tell I was struggling." What are your thoughts on Caitlyn misgendering Dylan Mulvaney during her transitional stage? Al, what do you think about this story?
I think it's horrible. Honestly, I think it's horrible. To many people, Caitlyn Jenner is a trans icon. We can argue that Caitlyn Jenner is probably one of the best known transgender women in the world. And if you can't get it right, Caitlyn Jenner, then you can't expect the rest of the public to get it right when it comes to misgendering trans individuals. You are a leader in this community, whether you want it or not. And for you to misgender another transgender sister is wrong, and you need to do a lot better. Now, it's not that transgender woman's fault that they got a little bit of a bulge and you don't, and they are trying to figure out how to tuck it and how to put it away. You need to give them a little bit more leniency, but more than anything, you need to respect the trans community that you're leading, because what you did was hella disrespectful.
Okay. Q, what do you think?
So Caitlyn Jenner's full of SHIT. You know, she tried to shift this and say, "Oh, my team did my tweets." I think that's a bunch of BS. I think it's a cop-out. I keep telling y'all, Caitlyn Jenner is not a trans woman. Caitlyn Jenner is a old white man who is playing dress up, okay? And whether she's trans or not, and I didn't say that to offend anybody, whether she is trans or not, we still have to recognize the fact that she lived the lion's share of her life as a privileged, rich, conservative white man, and she still has the mindset and the politics of a old, rich white man, despite her being polar opposites of everything they stand for. It's like with her, it's okay for me to be trans and all my transness, but with everybody else, I want to put the conservative thought processes on their lives and how they should live. Now, as far as this Dylan person is concerned, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I am not buying the "I don't know how to tuck" story. I'm not buying it. I've never been trans. I've never had trans feelings, and I can't prove it. But from the few trans friends that I know, from watching polls and from reading documents, you know, a lot of trans women, they don't like their penis because the penis is a physical reminder of them being in the wrong body. And quite frankly, it would seem to me that one of the first things that you learn how to do, in addition to going and putting on fake boobs and padding or whatever, is finding a way to tuck or lean it to the side. I feel personally like this was a political statement that Duhaney was trying to make, and it garnered negative attention. I am somewhat in agreement with not going out in public displaying your genitalia.
Can I ask and listen, I'm just asking. Please don't scold me. I'm just asking. So I just want to be very clear that I don't know. So if you are trans and you still have a penis, it's required to tuck it away?
No, it's not required. It's not required, but it is industry protocol.
Got it. Almost like, what's another industry protocol? Like, almost like we can't wear white.
I'm wearing it. So listen, I don't like Caitlyn Jenner. I used to like Bruce, but I don't like Caitlyn. And I'm not going to give Caitlyn the respect. I'm going to misgender you. How about that? And see how you like it, because you do it to other people. Caitlyn Bruce is the type of person that's like some of these immigrants that come here and then want to shut the doors down back to their families back home. You know what I mean? I'm in. That's all I care about. As long as I'm good. You are not an icon. I have to disagree with you, Al, on that. I know you're being very kind. I'm going to say this. This is why I say you're not an icon. You don't even bother to educate yourself in the community that you entered into. I've been thinking this about Caitlyn for the longest. The timing of you transitioning is so suspicious. It came right after you were up for vehicular manslaughter charges. All of a sudden, the story shifted. We don't talk about the person that you killed on the Pacific Coast Freeway in Los Angeles. We don't talk about that anymore. I know that seems like a stretch, but I think with this family, some things, I don't put nothing past nobody anymore because we don't talk about it anymore. And you still fumble with the most basic things that even we know in our limited knowledge of trans and protocol. Caitlyn, you continue to offend. You continue to enjoy the privileges of being a white man because in your heart, you're still a white man. You are. You're not the same. And I ain't going to even give a disclaimer. You're not the same as someone that feels like since birth, they were really placed in the wrong body. I don't feel like that about Caitlyn. This is my opinion, not the opinion of FOXSOUL, anybody on this panel. I'm going to take this on the chin myself. I feel like Caitlyn is full of crap. I think it's fake. I think you're not really into it. And that's why you make so many mistakes all the time. Because you ain't really about that. You're really about the surface. You think getting some titties and some horrible fillers, now you're a woman. And that's why you keep on messing up with the community because your heart is not into it because you fake. You are fake news. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Be mad,
Caitlyn. It was a penis story. And that's why Caitlyn went out of his way to refer to the trans woman as a he. It was intentional. It was intentional.
And Caitlyn, I was done with Caitlyn when Caitlyn accepted that the Woman of the Year award. And when I think it was ESPN, whoever gave that I was done. I was done with Caitlyn and all the nonsense because you're not committed to anybody. You just go with the wind.
So what was he so upset about?
Because he tried to spin it and say that I'm not down with the display of one's genitals. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy had a bulge. And the question that I would have would be, all right, is it truly the display of one's genitals? Because if he had on if the trans woman if that's her natural penis structure, right. and as a boy he was walking up and down the street in a wife beater and some sweatpants, the situation would be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what really is the issue? And like Claudia said, Caitlyn is one of those trans. Nah, it's cool for me, but I'm going to close the door for everybody else.
It sounds to me Caitlyn got a little bit of black penis envy because look at all the women around her have left Caitlyn's little small 1980s Olympics Wheaties box penis and have gone to bigger and better peni. And I think that's why you're obsessed with that person's penis. Mind your business, Caitlyn. Don't be mad at us.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Claudia. I swear I was.
Caitlyn got a little one. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Hey, Kate.